In this lesson, I'm going to show you Tomlin's version of Good, Good Father, and it's pretty easy to play with a few just small tweaks you can do to chords to make it sound like the original recording. So I am capo 2 using the G chord family, so I'm really in the key of A, but using G chords. So I'm going to talk about what the left hand is doing with some of these chords, and then we'll talk about the strum pattern in a minute. So the first chord, of course, is a G, which you should know, but with this G, and I actually do this all the time anyway, so you have your little two fingers on the 3rd fret of the little two strings, and instead of just your normal G position, take your pointer finger off, and then your middle finger can mute out that 5th string or that A string so you don't hear it. So it sounds just a little bit different than, you don't get that full sound, which works better in this song. Hear that kind of bassy note and then the high notes with it. What it does also with your pointer fingers, it frees it up so that you can play the 1st fret of your 2nd string. Which you hear in the intro of the song. This is actually the 4 of your chord, or the sus. So you're going from a G to this position. So you can keep your pinky where it is and your middle where it is, and then your pointer gets that 1st fret 2nd string. Just for half a measure, and then you'll come back to your ring finger getting the 3rd fret. So it is a little bit of a stretch if you're not used to it, but just keep messing with it, you'll get it. So that's the first thing happening with the G chord. The second thing that's happening that you'll hear with the bass note is either a hammer-on or a slide. So there's 2 ways to do it. You can hammer on. So using your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, hammering onto your middle, keeping these 2 guys where they are on the bottom strings. You have to jump your pointer down to that 1st fret if you do use it for a hammer on. I prefer a slide because I think it's a little easier, a little cleaner. But again, this is also a stretch because you have to keep your pinky and ring where they are on the 3rd. Lean over with your middle and have it, you'll play the 2nd, and then just pull it right into place in the 3rd. So as you start your strum pattern, you'll kind of focus on the first few strings. Again, you're still muting out your 5th, so you don't hear it. The next chord is a standard C2 chord, or C add 9 chord. You can hear just barely, you can hear a hammer on with your pointer in the middle of the strum. Goes to G over B chord. A minor 7, just an A minor without your ring finger. To a D chord, but what I like to do here is take that A minor 7 position and slide it up 2 frets. Add your ring finger as though it's like a C chord, it looks like a C. And then add your pinky also on the little string, same fret as your ring finger. So relative to capo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th fret. I call this a C slide chord because it looks like a C chord, up a whole step. And you're adding that pinky at the bottom. So that's kind of a nice chord that you can use instead of just a normal D or D sus. Sounds better, I think, particularly in the song. So that's what your left hand is doing. I'm going to show you kind of a bonus thing real quickly you can do with your G. This isn't in the song, but I just want to show it to you. With that, the 4 with the sus, kind of a fun thing to do. It's a little bit trickier. Use your thumb to get the bass of the G. Still muting out the 5th string. This is very difficult, I know, if you're not used to using your thumb. That lets your middle finger get the position of an A minor 7 with the bass of the G. So let me show you what that sounds like. It's just adding this note, which complements that 4 note. So it sounds like this. Just a small, subtle thing that I think sounds kind of cool. Again, it's not in the original recording, but it's something you could do if you wanted. Maybe if you're just playing the song on acoustic, it adds a little bit more to the chord structure. So that's your left hand. All your other chords, by the way, are pretty simple. They're just chords that are in the G chord family, nothing particularly special about them. Your right hand is playing a 6/8 strum pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not your normal 4/4 time. It's in 6/8. You can see my right hand. It's just constantly down up. So if your hand is not consistently moving down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, then something's wrong. So that's the first thing to look for. As far as a pattern, if you want to use a pattern, is down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down. So you can think of it as 1, 2, and 3, and. So 1, 2, and 3, and. So down, down, up, down, up. Which leads you into another down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. 6/8 has a bit of a swing to it, so you're kind of accenting that first down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other way to think about it, if you want, is to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your downstrokes are the 6/8, the 6/8 notes. But you do have your ups in between. Most of your chords are a full measure at the beginning of the song. Again, that the G chord or the 1 chord into the sus4 chord is half a measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are the basics for the song. If you feel good about those chords, just the little additions, and your right hand with the 6/8 strum pattern, you'll be good to go for the song Good Good Father.